Gentlemen, presenting the match is going to be Wave and Carpet over at the broadcasting booth. Take it away, guys.
Thanks so much, Axel. I'm Wave Punk, joined here by Findable Carpet, the wonderful beard in the flesh. How you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah?
It's been an interesting day.
It has been an interesting day.
I love watching both Weedham Girls and Flipside and Supersonic. Honestly,
We've got to see a lot of good matches, a lot of interesting matches all over the place. We've had some good 3-2s, we've had some 5-0s, some 4-1s. It's been all over the place. We got a matchup now with Aeriality, the Flying Dutchman. Aeriality's been losing today, but so has Flying Dutchman. They both have been won forward by Maka. They both lost 4-1 against Maka, so that's something they got in common there.
They're both in about the same position. One team has 3 points, but they played an extra series. Another team only has 1, so they're both trying to outdo each other at this moment. They need to really fight for this. There's a chance that the Flying Dutchman can now come ahead. They have played 1 less series.
Yes.
But if they do really well here, then they can actually put themselves in a really good place.
We will be getting into match number 1 on DFH. We got the Flying Dutchman, Vogan, Dogu, Jesse. Aeriality's got K-Dop, Continuum, and Pixel. We're going to have the Flying Dutchman in the blue with Aeriality in the orange. We're getting underway here. Kickoff going to go in favor of the Flying Dutchman going towards Aeriality's corner. Continuum picks it up and pushes it all the way back out. Now Vogan going to try and get it past Continuum. It's a nice touch, sends it right in front of the goal, and Dogu gets kind of a sloppy clear there. They're able to keep the pressure on. Jesse's going to try and push this one out. Pixel puts it out to the midfield, and here comes Dogu to press that one back in Aeriality territory. A line onto the goal, but Continuum puts it into the corner.
Coming up together, the Flying Dutchman probably should have had a little bit of a passing play. It looks like I think Dogu took a good shot towards net, but Vogan was right. He was right. There's a good chance they could have maybe had a good passing play between the two of them.
Dogu pushing this one around. He's going to set it up. Jesse's coming to get the dunk, but it goes too high. Now Vogan with the shot, but K-Dop takes it from him, sends it onto net. That's the first point on the board for Aeriality.
Coming all the way from Aeriality's goal, we had a nice pass from Jesse. No follow-up. The teammate that wanted to come follow up was a little bit too low underneath. Came up a little bit late, and K-Dop, seeing his opportunity, hits it towards net. No one rotated back for the Flying Dutchman.
4:20 left to go in this game with Aeriality up by 1. This first match of the series, ball in Flying Dutchman territory. Vogan going to try and set this one out, but K-Dop beats it to him and puts it up on the wall. Now Dogu going to wait out for K-Dop's touch, but K-Dop gets the touch and is able to cross it in front of the goal. No one there to put it away just yet. Continuum keeping that pressure up. Dogu backflips in goal, but there was no pressure from Aeriality, and they're not going to be punished just yet. Jesse needs to make this clear. He does. He gets it away from Pixel. Now Dogu's going to try and press this out. Aeriality has been creating some great pressure so far. There's Pixel continuing to set that one up. If a teammate can get there, they're going to leave that one. Vogan trying to get there, but now it's K-Dop with another shot. There's been some good accuracy. They are not able to get out of this right now. Aeriality is creating so much pressure.
Yeah, it's creating a lot of pressure, and the Flying Dutchmen are having some issues on defense. We just saw Jesse almost center it for his own net. He went up for a touch. He accidentally got a first touch. Then he went up to try and save it when really his teammate was better. So just a little more communication to tighten up that defense, and the Flying Dutchman can keep this.
Well, a fast rotation from Vogan. Dogu had an opportunity, but Continuum shuts it down, keeping it away. Jesse going to try and set this one up. He pops it over, and Pixel's able to clear it into the corner. 3:17 left to go. Flying Dutchman have yet to get on the board. Pixel's trying to push this one out. He has an opportunity to get this run here. Jesse takes it from him. K-Dop runs for the interference, but Jesse keeps it neutral. Now Vogan able to come up from the back. Pixel falling back. Continuum last line of defense. He gets it past him. Pixel's got to get this away. What a play by Pixel, keeping that one away from Dogu.
That was scary. Pixel put himself in the not the most optimal position on defense. He had to come from the side, barely get that block out, but the pinch almost went in. Thankfully, he was able to get behind that ball.
K-Dop putting that one around the corner. Vogan keeps it there. Jesse sets up behind him as Vogan pushes out. They're going to try and move this one up, get some points on the board. Vogan's touch gets kind of killed, so Jesse able to push this one out, gets it past Continuum and push it out into the midfield. K-Dop tries to go for the touch, but whiffs. Pixel falls back, realizing he's last line of defense. He gets the touch, is able to carry this one away, straight towards the goal. K-Dop's touch is a fake, and Jesse picks this one up to try and push it back. Continuum keeping the pressure on. Vogan plays it off the wall, taking it away from K-Dop. This has been some back and forth. K-Dop being that front line for a lot of these Aeriality plays. He's had some great shots on the net, but so far, the Flying Dutchmen have managed to hold them to just 1.
Aeriality is having good contests in the midfield right now. They're winning a lot of 50s, taking it off the hoods of the Flying Dutchman, and they're converting a lot of these plays into shots, which is why they're keeping control of this game.
Jesse picking up ball control in front of his own net, but K-Dop takes it from him and shoots. Dogu gets the stop, but Pixel gets the finish. That's 2-0 for Aeriality.
Dogu not facing the correct direction here. He was retreating for this defensive maneuver. K-Dop saw his opportunity. He knew Dogu might get that save, but there's no way he'd get a good touch on it. He was not in a good angle, and Pixel following up quickly to make sure that goal went in.
Reading your offense, reading your opponent's positioning is a huge thing when it comes down to knowing what shots to go for and what shots to wait for their touch on, and that was a great decision by Pixel there, putting his team up by 2. Dogu has an opportunity. Pixel getting the stop. Now Vogan going to try and dunk this one in, but that ball just continued to loft. There's Jesse with a shot, but an amazing stop from Pixel keeps it out. Continuum going to continue to carry this one up on the wall, but Dogu takes it from him, shoots it onto the top of the crossbar. Pixel waiting for the touch here from Jesse, who's going to pop it around the corner. Pixel backs up into goal. As Vogan sets this one up. The last player, Dogu, coming up again, but he's not going to get the touch. Jesse able to pop that one around, and now K-Dop going to take this one away on a breakaway opportunity. He's going to get it past Dogu. A good play from Continuum gets the demo onto Dogu, and there's 3-0 for Aeriality.
Simultaneous pass demo. K-Dop taps it over to Continuum, who gets the demo on Dogu just as he touches it towards net, and K-Dop finalizes it, just ensures that ball goes in net before anyone does. That was a very interesting interaction.
Oh, that was a wonderful replay there. We got a nice big boom on the screen. Couldn't see anything. But that was, man, this Aeriality squad really taking it to the Flying Dutchman right now. We'll see if the Flying Dutchmen are able to recover. 1 minute and 10 seconds left for them to mount the comeback. K-Dop's getting it past everybody. Leaves it in midfield for Pixel to take the shot. Man, this team play is so strong from Aeriality right now.
Disgusting touches from K-Dop. He sucks in these 2 defenders. He waits for that last touch and then sucks in just one more, touches it right, sacrifices his body as his car gets flung back into his own half, and Pixel able to shoot that on net, bringing this to a 4-0 lead.
Pixel putting a lot of speed on that ball too, keeping it away from the rotation from Dogu, keeping that ball up there. 4-0 for Aeriality. They have been so strong in this first game. We'll see what they're able to do as Dogu tries to press this one up. They need 4 goals in a minute. That's quite the comeback. Jesse's gonna put that one up. K-Dop gonna be able to follow this one over into Flying Dutchman territory. Dogu takes a shot, but Continuum hanging back. Jesse almost had the bump onto Continuum, but Continuum was able to get the touch before he got there.
Right now, Aeriality is just showing a bit more wide structure to their rotations, which is why they're keeping so much control. The Flying Dutchman's not able to clear it out of their half because it's just always being countered at the midfield by an Aeriality player.
Pixel going to try and push this one out of his own half. 30 seconds remaining. Jesse pops it around. Pixel puts it out to the midfield. Kind of a dangerous touch, and Vogan goes to punish, but Continuum with the beautiful Spider-Man save. Keeping that one out, earning himself a Savior medal. This Aeriality squad has been perfect this game. They're going to make it 5-0.
No way. This aerial pass, again, such awareness of where their teammates are. K-Dop comes off the wall, starts carrying this over to Continuum. He knows that Continuum's going to get there, so he stops going for the ball. He could have blocked that if he had continued on with that dribble. But instead of getting greedy, he realizes that he's already put the ball in a great place. He starts dropping, and Continuum comes. What an incredible passing play from Aeriality.
These guys are looking so good right now. Dogu goes up on the wall, but Pixel able to push that one over with 10 seconds left. This game is already over. Aeriality is going to be taking game number 1 of the series. The Flying Dutchmen have just been left stunned here, and unless we have some last-minute heroics, this is a shutout for Aeriality.
It seems like the Flying Dutchmen got very caught off guard this game. They were not prepared for the quick play from Aeriality. Maybe they watched last game and thought Aeriality might play a little bit of a slower paced game. But they're contesting everything. They're contesting so many balls. They're there at the midfield. They're not letting the Flying Dutchmen ever really assimilate into a play.
Have 8 shots to 9 shots. Very even offensive game here, but even on saves as well. But just the accuracy coming out from this Aeriality squad is made a huge difference, just completely shutting out the Flying Dutchman.
There wasn't a lot that the Flying Dutchman really was able to make. Like I said, their shots were almost identical, but not many of those shots amounted to much. There was a couple of really, really nice saves from Aeriality, but Aeriality was able to, what, it was 8 shots you said from Aeriality?
Right. Or 9.
9 with 5 goals? I mean, that's a really good turn rate. I mean, especially because they were, those passing plays, but from the aerial passing play to a few other things that they had, just impressive play overall from them. But they need to be able to keep this going into the next game because I know the Flying Dutchmen have the skill. They just seem to be a little caught off guard.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that we have seen play very well before. The Flying Dutchmen in the first online qualifier for the RLCS knocked Weedham girls into the losers bracket. These guys can play so well. So hopefully they'll be able to kind of get back onto that train and be able to take it as Aeriality squad. But right now, Aeriality looking very, very strong in this series.
I can't disagree, honestly. I think that the Flying Dutchman can gather together. I've seen Vogan, Dogu, and Jesse pull off some insane stuff. It's just a matter of if they can gather their senses and try and beat Aeriality to these balls.
Who are we going to jump on board with first here in game number 2?
We're going to start with Jesse on board with me. I know he can pull it out. I've seen him do so much. All the spam chat to Lionel Jesse last time in the qualifier 1, he performed so well. I think if he pulls it together, he can give Flying Dutchman a few wins.
Game number 2, Pixel trying to press this ball up into Flying Dutchman territory, leaves the ball dead at midfield. We're seeing the Flying Dutchman players come out to try and push this one into Aeriality territory. Pixel on the wall, able to clear that one away. No one currently set up in goal for Aeriality, but Continuum comes on the rotation. There's an opportunity for Flying Dutchman if they're able to set this one up. It crosses wide over the goal. A good pinch there from Dogu, but he's not going to be able to set it up for a friend.
Keeping Aeriality slow-paced right now. They're staying in their half, making sure Aeriality can't really muster up a good play, which is what they kind of have to keep going. Don't let them get their groove on, or they're going to just start pounding on the goals like they did in Game 1.
Oh, here they come. He just has to beat out Continuum, but he gets deleted by KDOP. That player is going to be removed from the field.
So close. What a close opportunity. Again, we know they have the skill for it. It's just a matter of being able to continue the onslaught to just break down this defense.
Man, this name tag bug is hilarious. We have 2 Dogus on the field right now. I don't know which one's actually the real Dogu at this point, but Pixel so clearing that one away from his goal. KDOP shooting that one down. And they're going to try and put this one out. There's Jesse, as has been identified by the ticker up in the corner, making that save and setting it up for his teammates here. That's the Vogan is the other player. Dogu is the one in the blue and the orange octane. I guess they're both blue and orange. Guys, you guys are not making this easy for us. Pixel going to try and clear this one out of his own half. Very scoreless game so far right now. We had already seen goals by this point in game number 1. Much more even game in game number 2.
Also much more slow pace. They're being a little
Absolutely.
more passive. They understand that first game was a good one Aeriality took, and I expect them to come out a little faster paced, but they're not following up their
Oh, here's the finish. Vogan able to put the point on the board with the pass from Dogu.
Very, very solid textbook play here. Dogu hits it above the net, across, making it hard for any defender to read. That actually hits the top post, bounces right into Vogan's lap. Thankfully, he was there to follow up, but that is not an easy read to be. That is very fast-paced play.
Flying Dutchman showing us their strength here in game number 2. Going to try and tie up this series. There's a shot from KDOP onto the backboard. Pixel is in a position where he could do something with it, but Dogu gets there first and is able to push that into Aeriality territory. KDOP trying to get the reverse play. He pops it up to the midfield. Pixel waiting patiently back in goal, waiting to watch what he's going to do. There's the challenge, and now Pixel to try and rotate back as Continuum tries to push this one out. There's Pixel going to push that one all the way over into Flying Dutchman territory, but Vogan gets a nice touch, able to push it back. A bit of ping pong happening right now.
Whenever they're not following up balls, I mentioned a little earlier today, if you don't follow up your defensive passes, we're at this skill level and the kind of oppression that these teams put on, that you're not going to get a good clear. There's always going to be somebody to stop you. So whenever I notice that one of them just kind of gives it a good old smack, it always comes right back in their lap into their own half.
Right here at halftime, Flying Dutchman still up by 1. The ball in their box, and there's the shot from Pixel. They drew out the goalies. They haven't gotten it in yet. Man, that was such an unlucky touch. He had the shot. It was just barely inaccurate and goes off the post. KDOP trying to set that one up again. It was a great play. They were able to draw out all the Flying Dutchman goalies, but they were not able to capitalize afterwards. Here comes Pixel over the top with a shot. Vogan clearing that one away. Good, solid defense from this Flying Dutchman squad.
Flying Dutchman, they need to make some good defense. And right now, they know they're 1 up. They want this win. They want to keep it at an even rate. You don't want to be coming back from 2 losses.
Man, Continuum trying to get a great play there, but Dogu read him so well, kept that out of play. Vogan now waiting in goal and try and get there with no one there set up. Jesse going to be the first one to clear that one into the corner, but Pixel with a follow-up to get the goal. There's the tie game.
This is the contest I'm talking about that's coming from Aeriality. He came up so quick for this. As soon as he knew he was coming up the wall, he came off that wall. I believe it actually pinched off of a Flying Dutchman defender, which is a little unfortunate on their side. Sometimes it just launches right into net. But either way, he was there quick for it. He read that ball so efficiently.
Tie game with 1:46 left to go. Jesse wins the kickoff. He's just got to get past Continuum. His shot goes wide. There's a follow-up from Dogu. They're going to take the lead right back.
His shot may have been wide, but it was actually the best shot he could have made. There was a defender coming across. Continuum probably would have saved Jesse's shot. So I believe intentionally he put it to the left of the net, forcing Continuum to attempt to make a save that actually wasn't a shot, and his teammate followed up.
Fantastic team plays there from the Flying Dutchman, showing why they are one of the strongest teams in the EU scene. Vogan going to try and set that one up, pop that away from his own goal. The ball very deep in Flying Dutchman territory. Continuum keeping the pressure up. It has an opportunity there, but Vogan clears it away.
Again, they're turning the pressure on. Now we see both teams.
Oh my goodness, Pixel punching that one in.
All 3 defenders just kind of sitting back on the Flying Dutchman. I think Dogu looked like he should have gone up for it. He ended up trying to rotate back and then changed his mind. It's that hesitation that's going to punish you at high-level Rocket League.
Pixel able to tie this game up with 1:23 left to go. Right here on kickoff, he's going to win that one just barely. Continuum comes for the follow-up. It's not going to get the shot as Vogan is able to save that one, but the follow-up from Kaydop goes just off the crossbar. Here comes Continuum putting it onto the backboard. He's going to pop off. Now Dogu able to follow that and push it over. But Pixel, midline defense, we've been talking about it all day. Very strong, keeping that from even getting close to his goal. Here's Continuum again, keeping these balls from getting anywhere near their own net. Final minute, tie game. Anyone can take this. Kaydop's trying to clear it out of his own half. He gets it past two players, but couldn't get it past Dogu. Now Vogan with an opportunity. Open net. There's the lead for the Flying Dutchman.
A little bit of overcompensation, trying to turn this into an aggressive opportunity. Kaydop solo play up the side, and then I don't know why Pixel was up so far. We saw Continuum down the corner. There was probably a little bit of miscommunication, and Vogan just had an open, clear shot just right down the field.
51 seconds, Aeriality down by 1. They can do this. They had an amazing first game, and they've been right here toe-to-toe with the Flying Dutchman the whole time. 45 seconds to work with is all the time they could possibly want. They need to clear this out of their own half. There's Kaydop. He's gotten it past 2, but couldn't get it past Dogu again. Dogu, that last line of defense, stopping Kaydop once more. Pixel's able to get a shot, but Jesse on the rotation is going to be able to clear that one away. Now it's just Jesse and Continuum. Continuum in net has to get the read, but he's not going to happen. Vogu is more accurate.
This is that situation where when you put it off that back wall, take a look. Jesse puts it off the back wall. He goes over the second touch. Continuum can't do anything until Jesse makes the second touch because he doesn't know where it's going to be.
Right.
Unless he was going to go meet Jesse in the air, which was already too late, he had to wait. And Jesse waited to the last second, changed the trajectory of the ball, and there's no way Continuum was going to be able to read it.
Vogan trying to put the nails in the coffin of this game. Now they are up by 2. This is a significantly more difficult comeback for Aeriality. Continuum sets that one up. Kaydop's going to pop it out. It's lofted if Pixel can be there. Continuum puts it out. There's Pixel with the follow-up, and he's going to make it happen. They have 15 seconds to tie the game.
The counter plays, again, both these teams doing this exact kind of play successfully. Popping it off the side of the back wall, just getting up quick. Pixel reading that well before it came off that back wall, already up in the air. But somebody on defense should have been there to body that. It seemed like they're just a little miscommunicated.
15 seconds. Only down by 1. They have the time to work with. They've gotten the kickoff win. It's going towards the goal. Pixel puts it back into the corner. Dogu's able to clear it onto the wall. Final countdown happening. Here comes Kaydop from the back. He's not going to win the 1v1. Vogan's keeping the pressure on. Pixel gets caught up in goal. And Jesse's able to get the touch. If this hits the ground, it'll be over, but Kaydop's not going to let that happen. He's going to dribble his around, try to get it over for his teammate, but there it goes. He lost control of it in the air. Game 2 going to the Flying Dutchman.
This is a little opposite of what we just saw in the first game. There was a lot of control from the Flying Dutchman this time. They really just flipped it around. Aeriality seemed to slow down a little bit too much in the beginning. They should have come out guns blazing, kept the Flying Dutchman almost in fear, right? They took that first win pretty well. They had most of the control, but then they let the Flying Dutchman feel comfortable, and a lot of it is mentality.
Big difference. These are very similar scoreboards we have here. We have 10 shots to 8 shots, 3 goals to 4 goals, just 4 saves to 3 saves. The big difference is 2 saves on the sides of Aeriality, or I said 3 assists on each side, but 2 saves on Aeriality to 6 saves on the Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman really making a stance in goal.
And that's a big part of it, being able to read a lot of these shots, trying to prevent the shots happening on net. You know, we've spoken on it so many times about how you want to stop the shots from happening, but at this high-level play, there's no way you're ever going to do that to every single shot.
Absolutely.
So if you're a great defender, if you're able to put yourself between the ball and the net, it's not just that, but it's the placement of your defensive touch. Putting it to the corner nicely. Don't let it hit the sidewall and come back into the middle. Don't hit it right back into the middle because then they're just going to take a shot. It's that graceful touch to the corner when there's just a shot flying at your net that these players are excelling at.
Absolutely. There's 2 sides to every coin. If you got a lot of saves, if you have the same number of shots on each side and one side has more saves, well, that means either someone is shooting very, very well on one team and the other team's making a lot of great saves. We saw some excellent shots from the Flying Dutchman. Just perfect placement, getting that ball exactly where it needed to be, and they were able to take that game 2, tying up the series. Game 3, we're moving on to Beckwith Park.
Little more quiet. But either way, I think both these teams are going to come out guns blazing right now.
Dogu trying to get that one. Continuum gets it, and they're going to be kind of neutral there as the ball just wafts at the middle of the field. There's a nice shot from Aeriality. Kaydop's able to get into the way of that one. Pixel made a shot, but it was going to go a little high. Now he's going to play that one on the wall, try and make a spot for Continuum to get in there. He continues just to play on his back heels, running some interference to allow his teammates to get set up on defense. And now Pixel and Kaydop are going to try and press out here.
Rotation is very important, but also knowing where your teams are. Continuum actually just had an opportunity to keep it in the half of Flying Dutchman, but Pixel, not knowing he was there when retreating, hit it away from his own teammate,
right,
and ended up centering it almost for his own, or for his opponents.
Continuum misses on that one. Dogu's shot goes high on the crossbar. K-Dot puts it up there again just to keep it away from the Flying Dutchman players. Now Pixel able to come out of goal and press this one up. He and K-Dot on the offensive. See if he can pass this one over to his teammates, but Dogu able to get the interference, keep that play from happening.
Both teams, again, coming out a little aggressive. They're playing calm. The first minute of the last game was a little calm as well. We've seen a couple shots, but nothing really assimilating just yet.
Dogu's shot going just a little bit high there. K-Dop able to push it over onto the edge. Continuum hanging back in goal for Aeriality, but K-Dop able to win the 1v1, and now Pixel with a shot onto net. Dogu's not, he got the stop there, and then they got a good clear. K-Dop had a follow-up, but isn't able to get it accurate on the net.
We're looking at the Flying Dutchman trying to slow it down. Vogan trying to carry this across the net, but he has to be careful about wasting a lot of boost when doing air dribbles. Yes, you usually confuse your opponents and they can't go for it because you've got full control, but you lose a lot of boost that way, and you might be better off just kind of hitting it over to a teammate.
Solid offensive passing for the Flying Dutchman, but they're not able to take a shot on net. K-Dop sets that one out in the middle. Now Continuum following up to continue to create the offensive for Aeriality. Vogan picking up ball control, but it gets taken by Pixel and pushed into the far blue corner. Dogu, last line of defense, goes up onto the wall and presses that with a great clear over into Aeriality territory, but K-Dop was waiting for him and is able to push it straight back.
We saw how quickly K-Dop just trapped that. We don't really talk about how skillful that takes.
Right.
Knowing exactly where to place yourself under the ball so it hits the perfect part of your car.
Oh my goodness.
Great
Speaking of
attempt.
perfect placement there. K-Dop in goal. Amazing stuff. Able to clear that one away. 2:45 left to go. Still scoreless here in game number 3. Series all tied up. Now we're having the Flying Dutchman taking a shot. Dogu's shot goes a little high. Pixel tries to get the block. It's not there. It's going to go high, but if anyone can follow up, not going to happen before K-Dop gets it into the corner. Jesse creating pressure, but he's not able to get a solid touch on it, and Pixel is able to clear it out to the midfield. Vogan over to Dogu, who tries to take a shot. Interference from Aeriality keeps it from going on target. Pixel able to clear that one around the corner, but it's not going to be going wide just yet. Continuum all set up in goal as the Flying Dutchman continue this long offensive.
The Flying Dutchman, as far as this RLCS goes, they're in the best position they can be. They came in 5th place qualifier 1, and they need to fight for these games because the 4th place team from qualifier 1 did not qualify for qualifier 2, so they need to do well. These games mean so much to them.
Pixel setting that one up. We still have a scoreless game after a blowout game number 1 and a very, very close, high-scoring game number 2. We are at 150 without either team being able to put one into the other team's net. Vogan picking up ball control at midfield, takes a shot that goes high again. Pixel with a solid clear into the corner, letting his team rotate in behind him. K-Dop puts it back into the corner, and Pixel follows it to try and press this one out and create an offensive transition. Continuing going to try and push this one up alongside Pixel. Jesse's going to be able to block that one, though, and let his teammates rotate back in behind him.
You saw them just attack together. That's what they're doing really well right now. We see Aeriality do this time and time again. It's how they're getting it out of their half. They're actually following with each other. They might be a little close for comfort, but if they get those nice touches back and forth, you just completely ruin whoever's attacking you, and they're way out of position.
So it's been such solid defense from both sides. Vogan taking another shot, but Continuum getting the block, keeping it out. K-Dop removes Jesse from the offensive position, but Dogu able to take a shot. Got it past Pixel. There's the first point on the board for Flying Dutchman.
Just beautiful touch from Vogan. All he wants to do is kill it, put it right in the middle for his teammate, and he touches it with his tires. For those of you who don't know, the tires are the weaker part of your car, so he gets it just perfectly to Dogu. No one on defense is going to beat Dogu to that, and all Dogu has to do is put it high and fast.
Final minute of gameplay approaching right as we have the first goal put on the board. Continuum going to try and respond here. Vogan misses on the clear. Pixel had the dunk, but he wasn't able to get it around the post. Such an unlucky touch. It's the second time the Pixels missed a shot onto the post, but he finishes it there. Now we got a tie game.
He revenges his own miss.
That's right, he avenges himself.
This angle's very tight. Jesse tries to go for the clear, but him and Dogu end up bumping into each other. Pixel gets the tight angle. He notices, all right, well, there's 2 players in front of me.
Yep.
The third one, there's a good chance he's probably not like in the best position, so he takes the shot.
Excellent stuff there from Pixel, putting his team back on the board. Tie game here as we move forward. 45 seconds left. Game number 3. Series all tied up. Game all tied up. Very even series and very much fun to watch. Jesse going to put that one onto the wall to Vogan, who pops it back out to the midfield. Here comes Jesse continuing to create the pressure. Puts it onto the back wall. Pixel waits for the touch. Going to try and pop it up, but Jesse reads it well. Sends it on net. K-Dop with a excellent save. Keeping his team in the game right now. Continuing going to try and clear this one out. 23 seconds. Anyone can take this. K-Dop pushes it onto the back wall. Dogu goes for it, but he's not going to be there as Jesse's able to touch it and keep it from crossing in front of the goal. Vogan puts onto the far wall. 15 seconds as K-Dop tries to get the angle. He had an opportunity. His shot went just wide. Pixel continued to create it. Aeriality has all the ball control right now. Vogan able to send that one far away from his net, but K-Dop coming up from the back takes another shot on the net. Dogu with an excellent save. Pixel sends another one, but this one's going to die, and we're going to have overtime.
The rotations right there from Flying Dutchman was kind of unreal. There was always someone in net. We just saw about 5 or 6 shots come in one by one. They knew they weren't going to be able to turn into an offensive opportunity, so they made sure their defensive rotations were tight, keep it tied game, and maybe take control in overtime.
Vogan taking a shot. K-Dop clearing into the corner. Of Pixel hanging back on defense for aerialities. The ball gets cleared into Flying Dutchman territory. Dogu takes a shot. Pixel came out of net and has to make the kind of flying cross-field save. K-Dop got set up behind him and is going to be able to clear this one out and away. Now it's K-Dop and Pixel on a run. He's got to be Dogu. The pass from K-Dop to Pixel, but Pixel can't quite get the angle. Excellent play, though, from K-Dop, knowing where his teammate was. I'm going to try and continue to press this one in.
The idea of that play was perfect. He knew he didn't have a shot. All he had to do was suck a defender out. He waited till last second, tapped it to his teammate, who was unfortunately just a little bit too close, a little bit too far up, and wasn't able to get an angle.
Oh, man, that was close there. Dogu had a shot, and Jesse realized it was wide, went up to try and recorrect. He wasn't going to be able to get the touch this time. Continuing trying to press this one out. Very even overtime we got going on between these two teams. They've just been so back and forth. K-Dop earning himself a savior medal at this point. These guys have been very, very strong on defense on both sides.
Both sides have been, but at the same time, it's putting themselves in kind of scary situations. They've been having to make some really close saves. Like you said, Pixel had to fly across from left to right side to get a save.
Oh, Jesse takes the shot. Pixel with a save. No! Oh, no! That's so unfortunate. K-Dop was there for the rotation, and the ball bounces off him and in.
Jesse took a great shot. He gets up early for this, pops it underneath his car, makes sure he gets the speed. There was someone waiting in net for it, and he didn't get the touch he wanted. He actually hit it underneath the ball, so it wasn't headed out. Sadly, the player that was rotating in to take his place in net wasn't prepared for the ball to just bounce right onto his hood, giving the victory to the Flying Dutchman.
It was really difficult because Pixel, he had that such a catch-22 where he's like, I'm here in net. He was very far back so he could get some momentum on the ball when he hits it out, but he has to take it off of whatever Jesse's going to throw at him. Jesse was the one who scored that goal, and so he hits it into the corner. He wasn't able to clear it out of the goal. He hits it and it bounces around the corner and down, and you almost can't even slight K-Dop for coming in on the rotation there. He wasn't expecting that to come down at all. It was just a really, really hard hit. Good hit by Jesse to put it into place. That was really difficult for Pixel to clear there. Flying Dutchman going to take game 3.
What I do want to mention is the Flying Dutchman were in Qualifier 1. They came 5th place Qualifier 1. Aeriality is new to the group stages. They did not make it this far last time. So they're actually showing really, really well considering that the Flying Dutchman is kind of next in line to be the top 4.
Right.
So either way, I mean, both these teams playing their all. They have their moments where they're very aggressive and the moments where they're kind of dying down. And, playing defensive is a tactical decision sometimes.
Absolutely.
You want them to overcommit. You want them to take a few shots. Let them do what they think they're doing, and then you counterattack. Or they mess up once you get it past the defender, you're able to do a counterattack, or just turn it into your control.
Yep. No, we've had a very, very even series here. Aeriality really making a case for why they deserve to be in the RLCS. They had the blowout win in game number 1, and now they've had very, very neck-and-neck games in games 2 and 3. I'm excited to see where we go in game 4. Who are we going to jump on board with right off the bat here?
We're going to start with Continuum. I think he's been doing a lot of plays with his team. He's been having a lot of good touches. Overall, just kind of being a nuisance.
Man, Dogu just slamming that one in 5 seconds.
This kickoff goal, no one stayed in net. James is having another conniption yet again. Continuum thought he had that. He ended up backflipping, which stopped him from falling towards the ground. Almost had that off the back wall. Very close, but you
gotta.
I stopped
put someone in
that. I stopped myself.
It's okay. We can all be meme lords. It's all right. Dogu set up in goal as Pixel tries to get the angle on him, but he reads it well, able to clear it away. 1-0 for the Flying Dutchman here within the first minute. Continuum going to put this one up on the board and try and back pass it around, get it away from the Flying Dutchman and turn it into another offensive. A great kind of just rotation there. He just takes it all around the entire field like a big old merry-go-round and going to try and convert that one out. But the Flying Dutchman have read him well so far, not allowing them to convert just yet.
A lot of times, like you said, bringing it around the field, you're keeping control, though. Even though you're not being a direct threat. Oh!
Wow. Dogu should have had that one. That was a great pass from Jesse. Dogu had all the time in the world, but at this point he's going to miss, and it's still just going to be 1-0 in favor of the Flying Dutchman.
Still a very close game. Both teams showing that they have the skill to attack each other, but keeping control is going to be a key factor in this. They need to just make sure that they're the ones to touch the ball next.
Man, Kaydop to Pixel again. Kaydop playing so well on this team. He dribbled it all the way down the field, got it past one, and then passes over to Pixel, but Pixel wasn't quite in the position he needed to be. Jesse with the mind games gets it past two, but not past Kaydop. Here comes Dogu for the finish. They're able to get the blocks. Continuum and Kaydop both getting a touch on that ball to keep that one away. Excellent plays on the defense, especially from this Kaydop player, really holding on to his team and keeping his team in this game.
Well, yeah, Jesse just disgustingly mind gamed the rest of his teammates. Yeah. He had no choice. Good hesitation on him, trying to make both of those defenders bite.
That's dangerous position right there. Dogu able to get the touch and take it away from Pixel's touch. This is some really good threat. There's Continuum to finish it off and tie the game.
Tough situation on defense for the Flying Dutchman. Jesse found himself in net, but he wasn't facing where this ball was headed to. I think he thought that Kaydop was going to hit it off that backboard, but instead he just hits it right into the middle. Jesse wasn't in orientation to be able to get that in Continuum. All he really had to do was just redirect that towards net.
And that's why the pass play works so well to juke out the defense. If you have options like that, there's no way you can cover both, and you have to guess. At this point, Aeriality played that correctly, able to tie this game up. 3:18 left to go. Jesse going to take that hit, put it on the backboard. Vogan comes in for the follow-up, but it's going to go wide. Now Kaydop going to try and rotate this over. Gets it past Dogu. He's going to continue this one on. Jesse on his back heels has to get a stop to allow his teammates to rotate in. He's going to try and play that around the corner. There's Dogu and Vogan coming around. Vogan able to clear this one up to midfield. He puts it out and straight into the center as Kaydop is going to try and get the interference here, but Vogan able to get it past him. Continuing goal is going to push this one out.
Vogan needs to be a little careful. I think he just went for the ball a little bit too much. He took the pass from a teammate and ended up taking the pass from another teammate. You know, it could also be the fact that his teammates should be calling him off the ball. A lot of factors come into play. But the Flying Dutchman, I think they've been gathering a lot of plays, but they need to make sure they spread out, touch to each other as opposed to try and get too many touches solo.
Kaydop has been so strong this game as the support and defensive player. He's been setting up amazing shots for his team and has a savior medal already in this game as we're crossing halftime. Continuum able to pop that one away, get a save for himself. Now they're going to be trying to push this one back out. Kaydop last line of defense again, going to be able to get up and into that one, get it away from Jesse before he could take a good shot. Now they're going to try and press this out. Pixel overshoots, but Kaydop patiently waits. He's just got to get it past Vogan, but Vogan playing very intelligently, able to put that one off to the side, give his teammates time to get set up on defense.
Two goalies coming out of the Flying Dutchman on this shot. It could end up being detrimental, and
it was.
It is.
You called it right there. You exactly saw what it was. The two players come out off of Kaydop's touch. You see Dogu and Jesse both coming out there, and Continuum able to pick this one up and shoot it in, giving the lead to the Flying Dutchman, or to the Aeriality.
Vogan almost had it. Maybe he could have gone back to net a little quicker, but either way, he shouldn't have been put in that position. There were two players in net. One should have stayed. Another should have cleared it out while letting the third player follow up with it.
158, Aeriality up by one. Pixel sending that one down. Continuum coming in to finish. Dogu able to clear it into the corner. Pixel following up, waiting for Jesse's touch. Jesse gets it past him, takes it up to midfield. Kaydop's waiting for it. Can he get there? He does. My goodness, this Kaydop player. I feel like he could have been in a better position, but at this point, I'm not going to question him. He's making amazing saves.
A lot of times saving it for the moment where you're waiting for them to take a shot almost. You're sitting on the side of the net waiting for them to take a shot. Now you know where it's going. Now you can test yourself. If you go up a little bit too much, they could shoot it behind you or they can make it where it's tough to get.
Excellent stuff there from the Aeriality squad. They are up by one with 123 left to go in this game. Vogan waits for this ball. He's going to wait for it as it crosses midfield, gets it past one, doesn't get it past Kaydop. Man, Kaydop has, I don't think they've gotten it past Kaydop on a mind game yet. This man is reading Flying Dutchman so well.
Kaydop is being patient. He's not letting them control the ball. He's attacking exactly when he sees the moment of them not being able to make any moves. That's the idea.
Oh, he's going to finish that one. You saw Kaydop to Pixel. Pixel goes just high, and Kaydop finishes.
I mean, again, Kaydop pushing that mid perfectly for his teammate. Pixel couldn't get the shot he wanted. It gets a little bit too high. And then instead of rotating back, Kaydop actually sees that he has an opportunity. He knows he's closer than Continuum. Continuum maybe called him out, let him know, like, I can't get to this. So Kaydop, instead of rotating back, he went again for another touch, putting it in the net.
Final minute of gameplay. The Flying Dutchmen are down by two. They've been here before with Aeriality. Jesse sets that one up, and Dogu's able to finish it. Great team play by the Flying Dutchmen, keeping them in this one.
Jesse showing how good he is at controlling this ball. He sucks this player in. Jesse is an exceptional 1v1 player for those of you that don't know. I know it was a favorite playlist of his for quite a while. But and he shows it right there. He's great on the 1v1 situation. He knows exactly when you're going to bite. He knows how to control the ball. Just taking that up over the defender. Yep,
and props to Dogu for knowing where that was going to be and knowing that there was going to need to be another angle to finish that one off. Excellent play from the Flying Dutchman, keeping that one out. But here's becomes Aeriality again. They have an opportunity to put another point on the board. Pixel gets the dunk. It's going to go wide. But with 38 seconds left, the Flying Dutchmen have to score if they want to force overtime. Jesse's going to try and get this one, but Continuum gets it first. Sends it back into the corner. Vogan back in net. K-Dot pops that one around. Final 30 seconds as Vogan and Jesse move up the field. Here's Jesse in the 1v1 situation again. He gets it over Pixel and Dogu again. Jesse to Dogu ties the game.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this control Jesse has. He pulls it to the left, pulls it to the right, then pops it up over Pixel, waits to suck him in. That entire dribble play was just to suck Pixel in. He brings it away from him. He's like, come here. He taunts him. He's like, come check this out. Never mind. It's right over your head. And his teammate comes and sinks it in to tie the game.
Amazing play. They ran the exact same play twice, and they were able to fool Aeriality 2 times in a row to make this a tie game with 15 seconds left. Amazing stuff from the Flying Dutchman. K-Dop again standing up in goal, able to clear that one away. Jesse in his own corner needs to pop this one out. Pixel going to try and finish it right now, but Vogan has other ideas and sends it into the corner. Final 3 seconds. Vogan has a run on it, but the interference from the Aeriality squad is going to send that one away. Here's Continuum. Oh, if Continuum could have touched that, that would have been an opportunity, but we have overtime.
We're getting very, very close. These teams are neck and neck right now in skill. They are performing each other in the exact ways they need to. They're taking their time when they need to. They're making the plays they need to. And overall, it's just been very neck and neck.
It's been excellent to watch the patience from K-Dop this whole game. He saw right there, he and Pixel were right in the same spot, but Pixel went up, K-Dop stayed on the ground, trusting his teammate to do what he needed to do. And now they're going to try and press this one out. He's going to try and set it up down in the midfield. Here comes Continuum to finish, but Jesse interrupts it and sends it into the corner. Vogan with a shot onto net, and there's the win for the Flying Dutchman.
This read by Jesse, I don't know what made him try and read this so quickly from K-Dop, but he ended up beating his own teammate, and they were communicating. And Vogan taking that tight angle from the side, it was flying across the net. He was over waiting for it. That was an interesting play to be countered attack on, but it ended up working in the favor of Flying Dutchman.
Man, you got to be hurting if you're Pixel right now. Those last 3 goals were all the Flying Dutchman juking him out of net, pulling him away, kind of getting him into a rough spot where he wasn't able to get the save. You know, so that's a really rough situation to be in there. But if he can recollect himself, take this forward into Game 5, they can easily make this a 3-2 series.
Aeriality's proven that they can hang.
Absolutely.
They can hang with the big guys. I mean, this was the 5th place team in Qualifier 1. And I know I've said it a few times, but that's a big deal for Aeriality to be showing up so well. And they did really well earlier. They were able to pull 2 games out. So they're in a decent place, other than, you know, but they both got 1 by Market.
Yeah.
So it just shows that these guys are going to be at a pretty similar level, and they've shown that just over the last, like, 3 or 4 games, they're very, very close.
Absolutely, and there's something to be said for being able to take at least 2 games in every series. You'll be able to pull off, you know, you'll be right there in the middle of the pack if you're able to get about that many wins. You know, every win you get is worth as much as any other win. Like there's no the 3-2 versus the 4-1 or whatever. Like that one win is just as valuable as any of the other games you played. So any game you can take here is important. And I really, really hope that Aeriality can pull it off in this 5th game. Be really impressive to watch, or maybe the Flying Dutchmen are going to shut them down and make it a 4-1.
Yeah, Flying Dutchmen are in a very good place to try and make it to the online finals. They would really like to. So the more wins they can rack out, the closer they're going to be. So both these teams in a very detrimental place, and I'm not surprised that they're just throwing it on the field.
We're back on Manfield for game number 5, which is very, very interesting to watch after Aeriality got that just dominating 5-0 shutout in game number 1 that the Flying Dutchmen have been able to take 3 in a row. Aeriality, they are going to be out for blood, though, here in game number 5. We'll see what they're able to do. K-Dop sets that one up. Vogan pushes it out. See if he's able to move this one down the field for his team. He's going to be rotating around. Nobody home on defense for Aeriality, and that's going to be the first point on the board for the Flying Dutchman.
Continuum was trying to rotate back. Was got a little interrupted, but again, he was cheating up too high. That bounce was perfect. That bounce could not have gone any better for the Flying Dutchman. It hit the corner in the best place possible, and it just centered it up right for Dogu. Looks like he's allies with that corner.
4:47 left to go. 13 seconds is all it took for the Flying Dutchman to go up in this game. And here's another shot from Jesse straight downtown. Pixel able to put it into the corner. Continuum turns himself around and gets set up in goal as Pixel tries to push this one around. The Flying Dutchmen have had great offensive pressure already in this first minute of the game. We'll see if they're able to keep it up as Dogu pushes this one around the corner. K-Dop takes it from him, sends it down. Pixel set up in goal. We'll see who is able to push this one out, if they're able to convert this over onto offense. K-Dop back passing to Pixel, who was not in goal. That was a very interesting touch from K-Dop, but so far it's not hurting him too bad.
That was terrifying. Yeah. I don't know what made him make that touch. I understand they wanted to keep control, but he actually shot it beautifully on his own net.
And it was Pixel taking another shot onto the Flying Dutchman. That was the first offensive moment we've had for the Aeriality squad. We'll see if they're able to finish it. Vogan taking a shot. Pixel able to knock that one off to the side. Dogu coming up from around the corner, going to try and send another one onto net, but it's not happening just yet. Continuum going to get the drop on this one, send it over into Flying Dutchman territory. Kaydop off the wall, great angle, great shot, but Dogu reading it well, able to clear it away. Here's a scary out moment. Continuum rotating, over-rotates into goal. Oh, he's able to get the stop. Jesse follows up, though, and makes it 2-0.
This was just he just muscled it in. Jesse was having none of this. They really want this win. Dogu went up for the first touch, and then Jesse came down underneath it, muscled it right past Continuum, who wasn't able to get the save he wanted because, like you said, he over-rotated, he ended up hitting the wall, getting a little disfigured with his car, but man, Jesse just muscling that right through.
Excellent stuff from Jesse there. Pixel going to try and pick that one up, but goes a little bit high. Dogu sends this onto the back wall as Continuum sets up in goal. Dogu tries to interfere with Continuum in goal, which would have been a good play, but Continuum read him very well. Dogu's still trying to mess with Continuum in goal, but that creates kind of more of a 2v2 situation. Skate Up tries to push this one out. Pixel now on the wall, going to wait for Vogan's touch. He waits for the read, goes for the touch, but Vogan gets it past him. They couldn't quite put it in there. Dogu's shot going just a little bit wide. Now Jesse taking another shot. K-Dop able to play that one well off the wall. Vogan continuing to create the pressure. The Flying Dutchman have had all the ball control this game. There's a shot on the net. K-Dop misses, and Continuum has to get the clear himself. Gets it past one, but Vogan able to take another shot, putting it back on the net. Here comes Dogu trying to finish it. They couldn't get the angle, but Jesse with the third touch. Pixel with the interference, keeping him from being able to push that one into their goal. K-Dop going to try and push this one around, but so far, Arialdi has yet to get on the board. He plays all the mind games. Can Pixel get there so close? K-Dop has been doing everything he can to make this happen, but his teammates have not been able to shoot on net for him.
It's very tough, though. The Flying Dutchmen are not giving them the best of opportunities. They are getting in the way. A lot of times when you see a defender coming at you, it makes you hesitate. Where can I put this? How can I shoot this on net that he's not going to get to it? And a lot of times, that plays a big factor.
K-Dop trying to play that one out of the corner. Pixel pushes this one up. Now K-Dop pressing that one over the top of Dogu. Gets it around Jesse. Not going to happen. Jesse shuts it down. Pixel takes the shot, but Dogu has recovered and able to get the angle. Continuum puts it off the backboard. And here comes K-Dop for the third shot onto the backboard. It just goes wide again. No one able to make a shot straight onto net without hitting a Flying Dutchman player. K-Dop going to try and play this one off the wall, set it up for his teammates. Gets it past Dogu. Pixel picks it up and sends it onto the far wall. It's going to bounce down. It needs to be redirected into the goal, but Vogan going to interfere that one and keep it out.
We've seen both teams do this. We just got K-Dop with a defensive pass to Pixel. He ended up kind of air carrying that towards the middle of the field, Pixel reading that, and sometimes it can be a little scary. It's like, well, he's pushing it to the middle of his own half, but what that's really doing is giving them an opportunity to get a 1-2 touch clear that is hard for your opponents to read.
K-Dop drops that one straight in front of the goal, but no one there to finish, and Vogan clears it easily. Now the ball rotating onto Arialdi's side of the field. The ball going to move right in front of the goal. Dogu to finish. It's 3-0 for the Flying Dutchman.
Again, utilizing these corners, giving them the very large lead right now. Looks like Vogan went to go tap that up. He hits it, he pinches it perfectly off the wall, right over to Dogu, who was actually waiting for something that fast.
Yep.
The fact that he was up and waiting for a potential pinch means that these guys know how each other play, and they're definitely talking.
Yeah, and like you said, that was a very, very fast pinch. Usually the kind of thing that you'd be like, oh, I was there, but I wasn't far enough up. Continuum taking a shot, gets it past Dogu, and there's Arialdi on the board.
Another kickoff goal. We haven't seen a lot of these coming out of the group stage, but no one went back in net. Both Dogu and his teammate, I couldn't really catch who it was. It's Jesse and Dogu had to make risky saves. Neither really had a good touch on it, and Continuum just had to push that towards the net.
3-1 for the Flying Dutchman with 1:23 left to go. Jesse tries to play it off of kickoff. We see Vogan end up with ball control shooting there. Continuum able to put it off to the side, getting himself the Savior medal again. Great defense coming out from this Arialdi squad, but it has not been enough yet. They have to be able to score points on the offense. Final minute approaching, and they're still down by 2. That ball popping out to the middle is Continuum able to take a shot towards the net. Vogan goes to make the upside down save, and now Dogan to try and pick this up. They get tangled up, though. Continuum able to put that one in front of net. Jesse going to clear it out before anyone could finish.
Both teams giving up a little bit of possession here and there, but it doesn't really seem to be punishing them. Oh,
yeah, there we go, though. That one's going to hurt bad. 4-1 for the Flying Dutchman.
I don't know if I saw what happened here, but Dogu just sent Pixel to the moon. Pixel was trying to rotate. I think Dogu, I don't even know if Dogu saw him. He was trying to flip backwards, and he just sent Pixel sky high, leaving that net wide open.
Pixel's the first member of the RLCS space program now. He'll be phoning in later to tell us how the moon's like and what the aerials are like up there. Nice shot coming in from the Flying Dutchman again with 40 seconds left and 3 goals down. This one's looking like they are probably set to take this one, but it's not for lack of trying. Arialdi has made this a competitive series the entire game, the entire match. Every game has been very, very close. This is the first kind of blowout opportunity we've seen from the Flying Dutchman, and most of it's just kind of from the end, watching the Arialdi squad try to be aggressive as they really do need to be. But with 20 seconds series left. It's looking like this series is going to be 4-1 in favor of the Flying Dutchman.
Aeriality and Flying Dutchman both came at each other's necks this game in this series. There were a few times I think Aeriality maybe could have made slightly better opportunities with the positions they were given. Sometimes they took shots when they really didn't have the holes for it, or their shot was just a little off target. So if they can hone up their accuracy a little bit, and they can maybe just do 1 or 2 more passes just to kind of open up the field a little bit more, I think they've got still a really good shot of making some good progress in the group stages.
Man, you saw it right there at the end. They weren't even giving up. They were still trying to score another goal, even with the ball right in front of their own net. Pixel tries to carry that one towards Flying Dutchman's net, see if they can get another point on the board. I hope they have their heads held high. They played so well this series. They took it to what is arguably the 5th best team in the Europe, and were able to take them to where they really had to play their best just to get the wins there. Amazing stuff from this Aeriality squad.
And the Flying Dutchman coming out with 4 points. This is fantastic for them. They've already got a lot of points they've gathered up from Qualifier 1, and now they're sitting in a decent place. But they've got a lot of big teams they still have to play, so they need to make sure that they take this win and they just continue on to keep their heads high and try and progress.
Absolutely. And what an excellent series the Flying Dutchman, the Aeriality squads have given us here today. We'll be passing it back over to the analyst desk. Axel, Toss, Gibbs, guys, tell us what you saw.
Thanks a lot, guys. What a privilege to be able to watch the Flying Dutchman's excellent performance there in that series. I mean, obviously Game 1 was a blowout the other direction, but overall the Flying Dutchman really showing, I think, that they're pretty dominant.
Yeah, that was a huge series for them. They needed those wins because they're really trying to get at least 5th place. Games 3 and 4 were killers for Aeriality, both going to overtime. Flying Dutchman getting both those wins.
Yeah, they were so close, both of those games, and this is what's different about the point system. With those 4 teams being out, right now Supersonic is fighting to get in really, really bad because they're kind of the favorite, as well as Flying Dutchman because they have those points from 5th place of last qualifier. So for them to come out and show a 4-1 victory puts them in a really good standing to take those points above.
A lot of awesome plays during that entire series. Let's take a look at the highlights from the Flying Dutchman versus Aeriality.
This first play from Continuum, just going for the demo. K-Dop just kind of hits him with the ball as well to just add insult to injury. Great play here, though, knowing like, hey, he has the dribble. I'm just going to go try and demo the goalie, make it a lot easier for K-Dop there.
Yeah, K-Dop to Continuum over and over again. These two worked so well together at the beginning, especially in this first game. Like that air dribble over and then having a teammate recognize it, good play.
And then Flying Dutchman just got the defensive presence going with Vogan making some clutch saves in some tight games.
Yeah, back and forth between these two teams. And you saw that they were both able to battle it out, but eventually it came down to the defense just not quite there as this K-Dop and Vogan battle just continued on the whole time.
Yeah, like Jesse was making some plays with dribble passes to Dogu. He's been looking great today. He looks a lot better than in Group 1, in my opinion.
Yeah, prime example there. Like with dribbling, you only need to beat one player, and he does exactly that, sets up a perfect pass for his teammate, and they slam it in.
And then sometimes just Aeriality was just leaving the net a little too wide open. Right there, should have been someone back. They've had that happen in their first series as well, where their defense just lapses for a little bit, and it always costs them.
Yeah, you don't see that, like, when you watch these top 2 teams, you don't see corner passes working. That's why the backboard kind of meta has been becoming a play, because when that plays played off that corner so easily is it read by most of these teams, because they have someone back on defense, and for some reason, Aeriality just started giving those up. Like, they came out so strong and were able to contest them, and then after a certain time period, they're just like, all right, take it.
So again, reminder, every single game is very important as we try to find out who's going to be the top 4 from EU to emerge to the international final in Hollywood. Coming up next, we're going to have Flipside Tactics against Supersonic Avengers. A lot on the line for that. Flipside, obviously number 1. Supersonic Avengers wanted the Dutchmen to lose there, but if they can do a good performance against the Flipside Tactics, who knows where they'll end up. But we're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be back with more Rocket League. You're watching the Rocket League Championship Series. Stay tuned.